What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. So glad to see all of you here. I am Ken, the content coach. This is the Creators Lounge. Welcome in. Tonight, we're going to talk about why do you want to be a content creator? I got 5 questions that I'd love to have a discussion with content creators in the chat. It's something that has kind of comes up a lot across multiple platforms, TikTok, YouTube, and really the question is, when you decide to become a content creator, why? What is your motivation? What is your reason for doing so? What are you hoping to serve? All that kind of stuff. So that's what we want to talk about tonight. So do me a favor, if you don't mind, share this stream out on Instagram, on YouTube, on TikTok, wherever it is that you post. Let's get some content creators and content consumers, because I'd love to hear your thoughts on what we're going to talk about as well. So before we get to that, everybody I've seen so far, welcome in. Thanks for being here live. If you're watching this on the replay, do me a favor, in the comments of this video, please put hashtag replay or replay squad, whatever you want to put there. Let us know that you stopped by, and I appreciate you also. So everybody so far I've seen, what is up, Roy? Good to see you. Monday is almost over. At least the day job is done. Nights are for live streams and creating more content, right? It never stops. The grind never stops. One day, hopefully the 9 to 5 will. That's the goal. What's up, Michael P? Good to see you, man. Great to see you, Mark. Of course, Mrs. Coach, my biggest supporter. You guys support the heck out of me, but nobody supports me as much as her. I couldn't ask for a better supporter by my side. Always appreciate. Chris, the early streak continues. Welcome, man. Good to see you. Who else we got? We got Santa Dad. I clicked the wrong one. I saw a message retracted. What's up, Santa Dad? Good to see you. All right, so tonight, once again, we're going to talk about why do you want to be a content creator? And there's a lot that really goes into this conversation. Do me a favor real quick in the chat. Those of you that are content creators, give me a comment in the chat. Let me know when you first started creating content. What was your reason for doing so? What made you start creating content on whatever primary platform, all the platforms, whatever that means to you? Why did you start creating content? If you're a content consumer, if you don't necessarily create, but you're here supporting, I mean, you guys are amazing also. What are you looking for in a content creator? And so we'll start like that and see what you guys have to say. Mel's always doing amazing things. Amazing things these days mean homeschooling and watching the Johnny Depp trial. That's pretty much what we've been doing around here. What's up, Midnight Scroller? Good to see you. We know you'd be hungry and homeless without Mel's guidance. Oh, for sure. For sure. Hungry, absolutely. What's up, Corey? Good to see you, man. Mo. So listen, I spoiled this earlier on Instagram, and I'm going to do it here also. For those of you that don't know, Mo is moving on into different forms of content creation. He doesn't want me to tell you guys what it is, but because I love Mo and I support Mo, I'm going to spoil it just so you guys have an early warning on what his content is going to be. You ready? Mo, you good, man? So here's what it's going to be. Mo is going to be Mo is going to be reviewing lawn chairs. That's what he's doing. So my question to him earlier is, what's the best lawn chair for 2022? Interviewing lawn chairs, it's almost summer. I think it's perfect. I'm just kidding. He hasn't said yet. I mean, I know, but he hasn't said yet publicly. So some new stuff's coming from Mo. All right, let's see. So Roy, let me go back up. All right, Roy said originally to share tutorial videos for my college class, now to teach others and share my adventures with tech. Absolutely great. That's providing value, right? We're going to talk a lot about providing value. What's up, Burton? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Dagan, to give my perspective. Very good point. You know, a lot of people don't start creating content because they think, and in your case, it was, right? When you started doing beard product reviews and tutorials and all that kind of stuff, it was being done already, but not from your perspective. So that's a great reason to do it. Hopefully your perspective has helped some people that relate with you more than they may, when I was doing it, or more than they have others. So that's definitely a great point. Again, bringing value. Your perspective is valuable, so I love it. Ellie said for the laughs. Absolutely. I mean, people want entertainment also. So for sure. Being a female woodworker, no one believed I made these portraits I do, so I decided I would do it live and help teach. Outstanding. Now, I will say that brings value to some people. I don't have that skill, but I love to watch. I don't have woodworking skills, so kudos to you. I started to create content because I felt that normal, everyday types like me were being left out of the knife reviews. I wanted to represent the normal, everyday person. Very good reason. Mo's making Yoo-hoo content. Mo is going to talk about how much he loves strawberry Yoo-hoo. That's what Mo's going to do. Andrew, what is up, man? Great to see you. Great to see you, man. I need to, you busy tonight? Let me know. I need to call you. There he is. I need to call you, man. Yeah, well played. I saw that. I would not be homeless, but I probably would be hungry. Or at least eating Papa John's every night. Sorry, Mo. I had to, man. All right, Santa Dad, my content was I can't even read. My original content was mostly written a consistent blog and then follow-up books on emergency and disaster preparedness, personal preparedness. Let me catch up, see if he's finished that. All right, now that I'm taking it seriously, I launched the Santa Dad my author pages to share our lives in hope of inspiring others, helping motivated. Value, that's a lot of value there for that audience, for sure. Let's see. Jason Morris, welcome in, man. I don't know if I've seen you here before. You may be here from TikTok. If you don't mind, let me know. And let me know what your name is on TikTok just so I know. But welcome in. Appreciate you being here, man. What's up, Sammy? Good to see you, sir. Jay Cruz is here. Jay Cruz, the question was, why did you start creating content? What was your motivation to get started? Shark approved content. Stacy Risner, I want to educate in a dying trade. Absolutely. I don't know what let me know what trade you're talking about, but education, absolutely. That's, again, value. You're probably going to hear me say the word value a lot tonight. I started making content because a buddy told me to do it. So, you know what? We're going to talk a little bit about your passions and how you may not know what that is right up front. I mean, similar for me, Scott, kind of the same thing. Not that anybody told me to do it, but I saw people doing it and I thought it would be fun. When I started doing beard stuff a couple of years ago, I didn't really have a plan or a purpose or a goal. I just wanted to have fun, and that has obviously turned into more. I found my passion, and we're going to talk about that. Mo was offered a lifetime supply of strawberry Yoo-hoo to quit. Maybe. All right, let's see. Let me catch up. What's up, Ryan? Good to see you, man. You're off tonight? All right, man. I'm going to give you a call as long as you're not busy. Can we go live on your channel and reveal it whenever I'm ready? Let's talk, man. All right, let me catch up in the chat. What's up, Brian? Good to see you, man. I missed your Saturday singing live streams. That's something that provides a lot of value. I mean, everybody loves music, and Brian does a lot of stuff, but the Saturday karaoke streams are amazing, man. I always enjoy catching those when I can. Bruce City Bearded, what's up, man? Good to see you. Hey, thanks, Brian. That's the, I think I have the same, Brian, what camera do you have? I think I have the same thing. This is the ZVE10 with the Sigma 16 1.4 lens. I'm loving it, man. I'm loving it. I'm really viewing creation these days as a primary way to spread the word about what we're doing and hopefully impact as many people as possible, for sure. I'm a classically trained tailor. I came over from TikTok. Welcome in. And that's, again, for the audience that you would find that's into that, that is value. You're gonna show them how to do stuff that I'll probably never be able to figure out how to do. But that's value again. Sam, I don't make content, but everybody wants to add value to others' lives. For sure, that is definitely the point. And Sam, you add value for sure because you support a lot of content creators. And so it's our job as creators to bring that value to you also. So absolutely great point. All right. What's up, Dan? Good to see you, man. Great to see you. For you guys that don't know, Dan C. Bearded is going to be releasing 2 new scents tonight for Alley Cat Beard Co. So make sure you catch that at 9 o'clock. Right after this, we'll be done here before 9, but 9 o'clock, you guys already know. I don't need to tell you to go see Dan, but go see Dan at 9 o'clock. Got some good stuff coming. Absolutely, man. Jay Cruz, love connecting with people. What's up, Brotherhood of the Beard? No TikTok, just new here. Thank you. Absolutely. Hey, welcome in. Appreciate you being here. Oh, for sure. Brian can sing. I wish I could sing like Brian. It's as much about the software, heart and mind, as it is about the hardware, gear tips, education. I really enjoy the interaction. Just wish there was more of it. Okay, you've got the A6400. I think, Dan, I think that's one you have also, right? Yeah, you just set it down here for sure. Ken, I noticed that I have these weird mannerisms when in front of the camera. Anybody else? Just me? I probably do also. I think we all have some different quirks and stuff about us. Man, look past it. Look past it. Get on camera and do your thing. I mean, honestly, that's what I would say to that. You're going to criticize them more than anybody else. You're going to notice them more than anybody else. And so don't let that stop you, man. Don't let that stop you. Yeah, the pull is done. So the water's full. Shock in today, algicide in today. Tomorrow will be the, of course, I'm drawing a blank, the phosphorus to kill the phosphates, and just getting it balanced now. It's brand new fresh water because we had to replace the liner last fall, so I have to get it balanced. But yeah, the hard part's done. Now I just have to pour stuff in. Am done, yes. Grateful to be here tonight. Storming so bad this morning, a flatbed wrecker ran me off I-75. I was able to save and keep going. Mom heard some bad words. Well, at least it was only bad words, man. I'm glad you made it and you're okay. Yeah, he does, man. He does. It's called Command's Corner at 9 p.m. Yeah. All right. Nothing gets me happier, gets me more fired up than meeting with someone and helping them navigate whatever it is they're working on. Just this week, I helped a family with Disney planning. Again, value, and helping their family become better prepared. Yes. Yeah. How about so funny story last night. So the night before, I put new PVC from the pump to the pole. I ran all new PVC, and it was getting ready to rain. That would have been Saturday night. It was getting ready to rain. It was kind of storming off and on, so I was trying to hurry up and get done. I forgot to cement one piece of PVC pipe, so I got the pole up above the skimmer where it's supposed to be, turned on the pump, and then it blew a pipe out because I didn't have it cemented. That's what I get for rushing. And Jay Cruz was trying to call me, so I was like, dude, I'll call you back in just a minute. And I sent him a picture of what I was working on, and his response was, lay off the beans. Lay off the beans. That's what he told me. So that's the kind of friendship and conversation we have. Jay Cruz, it was awesome. Jay Cruz is one of my best friends, man. So it was funny though. What's up, Nicholas Z? Hey Nate, good to see you. Absolutely great Monday so far, man. Hope you have too. Yep, I know you've been dealing with some stuff, man. Get better, get back at it, man. Get back at it. Cloud9 Psyche, good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. Welcome in. All right, so let's jump into the content that I've planned tonight. So I've got five kind of discussion points to talk about. When we start creating content, a lot of times we don't really think up front, like especially in my case, when I started creating content, it was to have fun. I didn't have any plans, didn't have any goals. I was buying beard products, which I mostly blame on Dan. It's his fault that I spent so much money. At least that's what I told Mel. And so I had these beard products stacking up, and I was like, well, I'll just make some videos. And I didn't have goals. It just seemed like a fun thing to do. So let's talk about the first point that I have. All right. So whenever somebody asks me, what should I create content about? My answer is almost always the same. There's two things to really think about. Number one, what is your passions? You may not know what your passions are up front, but what are some things that you're passionate about, right? A lot of people will start off sort of, creating a few different things, maybe sort of a variety channel, especially on TikTok. It's pretty common that you'll see new creators just doing a lot of things and seeing what works. And so then my second question is, what is your audience responding to the most? So we're going to first talk about you need to create your passions, but you may not know what that is up front, right? So my first question whenever that comes up is, again, what are you passionate about? If people know what they're passionate about, then awesome. They're off to a great start. It's time at that point to start taking those passions and now figuring out how you're going to present them through your platform. And that's going to start to dictate what you're creating, what sort of creator you are, everything that goes along with that. If you don't know what you're passionate about, if you start creating some things, what is your audience responding to? So it's very important to know what your audience is responding to, what your audience wants. You're going to start to build an audience, right? Of course, it's always better to start off, if you know right up front what you want to be a creator, what sort of content you want to create, it's always better to do that. Creating content that you're passionate about is going to help you in a few ways. Number one, you're going to love the content you create. So whether you get, 0 views, 10 views, 1,000 views, it's okay, because what you created is something you love talking about. So it's not going to bother you as bad. And especially for new creators, when you're really trying to get yourself out there on YouTube or on TikTok or whatever platform, you're not necessarily going to be discovered right away. So if you're creating what it is that you're passionate about, then you're going to have a good time doing it. Number 2, it's going to come across a whole lot different in your content. Consumers, people that are watching, your audience, the people that start to discover you, they're going to see right away, wow, this is something that this creator is very passionate about. He or she loves what they're talking about. And, I really dig this because I can tell they love this. So a lot of good reasons to create what you're passionate about. And so, again, those are always my first 2 questions to people, right? So in the chat, let me know, when you started, did you start with your passion, or did you find your passion later on? And if so, how did you do that? I talked a little bit about me in my case. I started off doing beard content. Most of you in here know that. Most of you were subscribed over there and supporting me over there. And I can just tell you that along the way of figuring out what I was really passionate about. Now, don't get me wrong. I love talking about beard stuff, but was I really passionate about it? I thought I was, until I figured out that, man, people are asking me for content creation advice and help. This is what I really like. And so I found the passion to be a content creator coach. I made that switch into doing this, and I'm not going to lie to you. It was August of last year, so however many months that is, basically 9 months, 10 months, has literally been probably the best 9 or 10 months of my content creation life, because I love doing this. So that's my story, right? So I'd love to hear from you all also what your experience was with that. Leather, I saw that. I couldn't wait to put it on screen. Yes. What's up, Aaron? Good to see you, man. Just got off work. All right, let's see. Food and being a clown. There you go. Hey, Ken, good to see you. Hope you're doing well, man. I wanted my TikTok to take off, but be warned. Yeah, I'm going to unfollow you. I'm going to unfollow that. But good luck. You probably get some views for sure. Yeah, if you don't care, hit the thumbs up on this video. I would appreciate that. That always helps the algorithm. We're going to talk about algorithms, but the thumbs up definitely helps with that. I cannot tell you how many times I've created something and shared it with the world to have it only get 10 views. Then I'll watch it a couple hundred times myself because I enjoyed it so much. Yeah, for sure. And that's, again, you're creating what you love. And it doesn't bother you so much. Now, I would be lying if I said that as creators, we see 10 views and we're like, oh man, I wish it would have got more. But it's not something that is going to drag you down, because you still had fun making that content. And every piece of content is practice for the next video. Really most people say, your first 100 videos are sort of your practice to really start becoming a good content creator. And if you're going to get through those 100 videos, now it's not 100 for everybody, right? It's always going to vary, but if you're going to get through those first 100 videos before you really start to, gain a footing, then you really should enjoy what you're doing, because otherwise you're going to have a greater chance of quitting. So, all right, let me catch up. Found my passion later on, sports. Started with my passion just simply because my wife said I should start making videos on it. Yes, I love that story. And Dan is an example of somebody who, bam, figured out what he wanted to do. He didn't start with much. Dan, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure he started with a phone, and I think he had videos going like the day after this conversation with Sam, if I'm not mistaken. I pushed my passion to the back burner and kept telling myself not to do it. Yeah, we can do that to ourselves a lot, and we all have different reasons for doing so, but most of the time it comes down to feeling like you can't do it because of tech, imposter syndrome. Sometimes we just have things going on in life, so, there's no perfect answer to that, but the things that we can help with and control, the best thing that we can do is try to figure out how to push past that. And that's really become a personal mission of mine, is helping creators move past the stuff they can control, right? So, are you at a stand-up desk? I am. Yeah, I'm at a stand-up desk. I can either, it's got a button. I can either sit down or stand up. I love streaming standing up though, for some reason. I started with one of my big passions, blades. Yep. So Chris has done like blades and books and beards and, family stuff. Yep. Me and Chris joke with each other all the time because I tell him he needs to pick a niche and he's like, no, I don't want to. And I say, okay, cool. I'm still looking for my passion. I started a challenge to keep myself consistent, but I still struggle with direction. Yeah. So, what is your content exactly? Because I'm not familiar with your channel or anything. And if you want to elaborate a little bit, what are some of the struggles with that direction? You know what I mean? Whatever you want to share. For me, my passion had to be paired with purpose. It wasn't until I saw a way to help others that I actually made the content creation happen. Yep, again, that's that value. My passion for music started my content, and then the teacher me took over, and I started making instructional videos. Yeah, and instructional videos are some of the videos, really, the two things that you're talking about, Brian, music and instruction, are two of the, people's favorite things, right? We want to learn, we want to listen to music, so I'm glad that you found your way to what you're doing because you do a good job of it. Right now, I'm passionate about YouTube content creation and how to keep getting better at it and sharing what I'm learning, but I still don't officially have a niche. So, Roy, I would say that you've got a broad niche because you pretty much keep it to content creation tech, right? How much further do you want to niche down? I can almost say the same thing about me. I think my niche, I know my niche has sort of turned more into helping new content creators, sort of get their journey started. But I sort of talk about other stuff too. Tech, just inspiration, motivation, stuff like that. So, yeah. I'm going to be diving headfirst into content creation myself for my brand. Oh, Nate, I don't know what's your brand? What's your brand? You didn't just make beard content, you taught too and brought the teacher in content creation, and you are so good at both teaching. Well, Dan had the teacher knocked out for sure, but I do like teaching. I'm having a blast doing it how I'm doing it now, but Mark, I appreciate you, man, for sure. It's really what I love doing. I got my first offer for a partnership today. Don't want to mess up the opportunity. Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations. If I can help you with that, send me a message. I'll see what I can do if you have any questions or whatever. Yep, that's awesome. My first 1,000 videos of practice. Hey, look, we could argue that every video we make is practice, right? Every video is a chance to do something better than the last video. So, yeah. Just filming at the kitchen table, and yes, video literally the next day. Yeah. I've made 176 bad videos, so I have to be getting close. I hear you. How many videos have I made since I started? A couple of hundred on the other channel, around 100 and something here. So yeah, it's, again, every video is a chance to get better. We're always trying to improve each time. So, and then by the time we do improve, things change, things look different. So yeah. 30 minutes max. I'm lost on that one, Jay Cruz. Was that for somebody in the chat, maybe? It's crazy. You plan out a video and get low views. I went back and looked, and my biggest video was a video on Coke Starlight. Had another over 2K on Outlaw Dip. It's hit and miss, but keep it fun. Yeah, so you and Aaron kind of, Aaron Rodgers, some of your all's videos that have done the best are videos where you're talking about something that is like currently hot right now, right? That's why you see a lot of channels, like obviously not products, but you see a lot of reaction channels, that people that react to the news, that react to sports, what's going on currently, things that are currently being searched. That's why channels like that do so well, because it's like hot right now and people are looking for it. Yeah. Chris thinks the word niche is evil. Energy level, yeah, standing up is a little bit. It's easy when you're sitting down to kind of feel a little more relaxed. So standing up does help me with that. The Rayo Pill Room, good to see you. Thanks for all you do. Hey, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Hey, what's up, Dave? Good to see you. I see the name. You still working on a name change? A passion of mine is in the works. Is it the same passion that you probably don't want to say, but is it what I think it is? Yep, everybody's congratulating Stacy. That's so awesome. What's up, Zeb? What's up, man? All right, for now, I'm showing my fitness journey. I think my problem is my passion is learning, but I don't know how to translate my joy for learning into content. I've tried psychology related reaction vids, and I think I'm pretty much caught up. So you know what's funny? Talking about learning. So you're talking about learning. I came across a creator on TikTok, and you just never know what you're going to come across, right? I came across a creator on TikTok that teaches exercise in chairs. She's sitting at a kitchen chair, a fold down chair. And for me, I love that content. I started kind of going through her videos because most of you know that I'm a disabled veteran, and I'm actually dealing with VA, getting ready to start dealing with VA again on all that side of it. And so I can't do a lot of, hard impact exercise. I can't really run anymore. There's not very many machines I can get on. And so I saw these videos of her doing exercises in chairs, and I'm like, oh man, I can do that. So I started looking through her videos. So you never know what type of content, number one, you're going to find, and number two, the content that you're delivering, who's going to find value in that. I thought that was awesome. What's up, Tommy? Lawyer watching Depp trial today, 150,000 viewers. Yeah. I mean, that's probably the biggest thing right now is Johnny Depp. That trial, yeah. So good to see you, Tommy. It's in the back of your mind. Yeah, so that's the first thing I want to talk about is creating your passion. If you create your passions, then not only are you going to be able to create that for the long run. I mean, content creation is a long game. You're going to be able to constantly talk about what it is that you love. During the highs and lows, you're going to find it easier, and your audience is going to see also. Your video is going to look a whole lot better because it's something you're passionate about. So that's where I always start with that question. Okay, Johnny Ray Beard Care. Nice. I believe a huge key to content creation is to figure out what success looks like for you based on your goals. You don't need X number of supporters. You need folks that identify and want to hear you. Absolutely so true. Absolutely true. Subscriber counts, follower counts are numbers. Now, they're important numbers for some things. They're important numbers if you want to work with brands. Obviously on YouTube, as you hit milestones, they unlock certain features on YouTube and stuff like that. But your subscriber count, your follower count does not determine who you are as a creator. You can bring value at 100 followers, 100 subscribers, at 1,000 subscribers, 10,000, 100,000. You could also have that many followers and not bring any value, right? So the subscriber counts are more a visually pleasing thing. We love hitting those, and they're good for features and stuff like that, but they don't make who you are as a creator. So, you need community. You need people that support you more than you need a large number of people, Yeah, appreciate you, Nate. Appreciate you. Yeah, absolutely, Stacy. If I can help, let me know. All right, so the second thing that I have to talk about is, are you choosing content for self-serving reasons or because you can offer value? So I'm going to leave this up for a second. So think about what I'm saying here. Are you choosing content for self-serving reasons or because you can offer value? Right? There's a lot of reasons we start creating content. If your reason for starting to create content is not because of the value that you think you can provide to an audience, then you may want to rethink the reason you're starting and what kind of content you're creating, right? So are you choosing content for self-serving reasons or because you can offer value? So let's talk about that. What's up, Gary? Good to see you, man. Viewing beard oils from your viewers for over 1 year old from some companies. Yeah, we call that. Now, is that content still relevant to you? I mean, we call that sort of evergreen content, sort of. But is that content still providing value for you? Oh, there's Gary. There's Gary. He's on the wrong page. I was just about to say add value at every chance you can get. Yes. Yeah, adding value is the reason why we create content. And there are people that start creating content that don't really understand that. There are people that, I'm just going to be blatantly honest, there are people that start creating content because they think it's a quick buck. They see content creators who have already kind of hit those numbers, right? That have, 1,000 subscribers, 50,000 subscribers, 100,000. On TikTok, you see these creators that have 1 million followers. They have 500,000 followers getting all these views. And there are people that think that starting content creation, that number one, that's going to happen quickly. because they don't see the months and years that these creators spent getting to that point. They didn't see all that work. They don't see the hours spent after the 9 to 5. They don't see all the editing. They don't see all the B-roll shooting. They don't see all the things that we do. They see the finished product and they're like, oh, I can do that, right? There's a very low percentage of people that start creating content and just hit big right away. It's odds are it's not going to happen. So when you start creating content, you have to know right up front that it's a lot of work. It's going to be a lot of failure. It's going to be a lot of success also, but it's going to be a lot of failure. And that failure is good. You're going to learn from that. But, you know, for example, you see, let's talk about Think Media, right? Probably one of the biggest YouTube educator channels that are out on YouTube. If you go back and look at Sean Cannell and his channel, he started 11 years ago, 10, 11 years ago. I mean, he was one of the originals on YouTube. If you go back and look at his early videos, it wasn't always Think Media like we know it now. We come on YouTube and we search things and we see Think Media's newest videos. We're like, oh, this is so great. But what we don't see, unless we go look for it, is the earlier videos. And Sean Cannell said himself that his earlier videos, he didn't know who he was as a creator. He's really found it, and all that came through the work and the grind and the sweat and everything. So, you know, that's just something to think about. If I've seen people coming into this for, you know, quick fame, for money, and almost 90% of the time they fizzle out. They really do. So you have to come into this with that not being your goal, right? And we'll talk about the second part of that in a second. Let me catch up in the chat. For offering value first, but self-serving second, because we can look back at memories. Yeah, the value definitely has to come first. Absolutely. At first it was to prove something, but now it's all value and hopefully inspiration. Yes. Yes. Value. I would really love it. I would really love for it to have added benefits if possible, simply because in some ways I want that for my family. They love what I'm doing, but I have to have something tangible to show. Oh, for sure. So there's nothing wrong. And obviously just to be fully transparent, I've got those goals. This for me is a business goal. I want to one day be able to quit my 9 to 5 job and make this my business. I've been very, very open about that. But I also know that that takes time to get to that point to where you can even start thinking about quitting your 9 to 5, right? There's nothing wrong with having goals of being able to take something and turn it into a living, a way to take care of your family, to make money in content creation. There's so many ways to do it. That just can't be your first goal. And I know you know that for sure. That just can't be your first goal. If your first goal is not to bring value, then you're never going to have an audience anyway, because your audience wants to know that you are there for them and not for yourself. So I absolutely agree with you. That's my goals, and include that also. We'll be doing a lot of content soon for the brand. Luckily, I have 4 great resources and brothers for advice. You know I got you, Gary. Yep, absolutely appreciate it, for sure. I try to add value in each review film. Sometimes I've lost my mind and did some rant videos because the anger took over. Thankfully, that is under control. Yep. And I say this with love. Keep it that way, man. Keep it that way. The value that you can provide with the content that people subscribe to you to see is really, really what matters. So I'm proud of you, man. I either do topics I have researched to death, or I interview smarter people than I am about topics. Yes. Yep. There's so much that I don't know. There is so much about content creation that I'm still learning myself. So much more that I could be doing better. And that's where, again, with every video, I try to pick one thing and do something better in that video. But yeah, there's a lot that I read and research, and that's another one of those things that people don't see when they see your finished product. When we look at Sean Cannell, when we look at Roberto Blake, when we look at these bigger channels that have been doing this for a while, we don't see the time they spend reading and researching and learning and educating themselves. We just don't, people don't see that. So yeah, man. It took my coach years before he finally got to a point that his videos are viewed by the masses. Yeah, we spend, again, channel building is the first part, and there's a lot of value for us in that channel building before we get all those views. I'll be the first to admit, I'm not ready for 100,000 subscribers right now. I know I'm not. And so all the time that I work to get to that point, by the time I get there, I will be ready. Hopefully, that's the goal. But I know I'm not there yet. So, a lot of times you'll hear conversations about, are the YouTube standards too high, right? Is 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours too high? Is that too hard of a goal? And I always say, no, it's not. It's not too high of a goal, because you really have to know before you get to that point, before you can monetize, because let's be honest, monetization on YouTube, and this is always going to depend on your niche. The CPMs are different for each piece of content. You know, gaming, for example, the CPM. So basically what that means is the amount per 1,000 views basically is what it boils. Like, that could be a whole video, but the amount that you make per views is different across every niche also. So, you know, anyway, skipping all that, because again, that's a whole different video. You have to be ready for that success before you get to it. And if you're not, then, you know, I was watching Roberto Blake last night, and he was talking about how the journey from 0 to 1,000 on YouTube is much different than the journey from 1,000 to 10,000. Totally different way of working, of making content, of, you know, being able to reach new audience. The journey from 10,000 to 100,000 is even different. It's even harder at that point. So the goalpost always kind of moves as far as what you're focusing on at those numbers. So you never really stop learning. You never really stop, you know, trying to attain that. It's just the work looks different and what you're learning looks different, you know, for those different goals. So the standards are not too high. I think YouTube does a good job of those standards, because we need to what's the word I'm looking for? We need to demand high standards of creators who are going to make it to that point, I think. I started because I was out with knee surgery and bored and needed something to do to keep from going stir crazy. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, right? Yes, still valuable, just different sense would be good to view. Yes. From the outside, content creation is an iceberg. Oh yeah. I would think both to add value to views and to creators to do your passion. Yeah, so you're right, Mark. But you know, I think, and I know you understand, and I think everybody understands what I'm saying is there's nothing wrong with some motivation of things that do serve us as creators, but that has to be secondary or tertiary or whatever those words are. The value that we bring has to be our first goal, right? Yep, to viewers, yeah. A great way for someone to nail down their passion is using a Venn diagram, overlapping circles. 1 passion, 2 proficiency, 3 profit, and put 5 to 10 things that fall into each circle. And yeah, those things that fall in the center of the overlapping circles are where you should focus your attention when deciding how to build your channel or decide your greatest passion. Yes. Yep. If a channel makes it to the 1,000, 4,000 goal line, does a channel get punished by the algorithm if they don't monetize? No, I've never heard of that being a thing. We're going to talk about algorithm in a minute, but I've never heard of that being a thing where if you don't monetize that YouTube doesn't push your videos. Based on what I know right now, no, I don't think so. Tertiary, thank you, Brian. I knew the math teacher would know. Yeah, that's exactly. All right. So that was point number 2. Value has to come first, and that's the value that we deliver to our viewers, right? Self-serving, if we start content for self-serving purposes, 90% we're not going to make it. I've seen it over and over and over across multiple platforms that when people start for their own self-serving interest, they typically don't make it, because people know when they see your videos, they know, you know, content consumers are smart. They know why we're creating content. They can pretty much pick out our motivation. And if we're not serving them, for the most part, they're not going to have any interest in our content. No, because YouTube reserves to monetize your channel for their gain. Yeah, that is true. I mean, YouTube, and they can do that before you hit that 1,000. YouTube, oh no, Sanidad, you're good, man. I love it. Yeah, YouTube does, so even before you get to that 1,000, they can monetize your videos. You may see ads on your videos if that video is performing well, and all that ad revenue goes to YouTube. So to kind of go back to that question, I would definitely consider joining the partner program when you do hit that. But that's just me though. Doesn't monetize happen automatically? No, there's a process we have to go through whenever we hit that 1,000. We have to apply for it. There's a few things. I don't know what song that is. There's a few things that YouTube looks at on our accounts before they will actually approve us to join the partner program. And so it doesn't happen automatically. It's something that we have to apply for. Hey, Unschool Maverick from TikTok. Good to see you here. Just came here to say hi while I'm making dinner. Good to see you. I appreciate you. Thanks for stopping by. All right. So number 3, this is something I said a second ago. We're going to talk about algorithms, right? This is something I want every creator to understand on YouTube, on TikTok, everywhere. The platforms do not hate you. YouTube does not hate you. TikTok does not hate you. Instagram does not hate you. Algorithms are just computer code, right? I see this talk mostly across YouTube and across Instagram, or I'm sorry, YouTube and TikTok. Algorithms are just computer code. There is not literally somebody at TikTok sitting at the desk waiting for you to post saying, oh, I don't like this creator, so I'm not going to push this video, right? Algorithms are just computer code. So let's talk about algorithms and how this works, right? Now, generally speaking, the way that the algorithms across every platform, now individually, the platform algorithms are different in a lot of ways. The way that they push your content, the way that the success of a video is determined. You know, when YouTube decides, okay, this video is good, let me show this on more pages. When TikTok decides, okay, this video is good, let me show it on more For You pages. The algorithms are different as far as sort of their guidelines for what that looks like. But generally speaking, all algorithms work the same. If your video is getting viewed, if people are engaging with your content, then the platform is going to push that video. Bottom line, if your content's getting viewed, then it's going to keep going further. The goal of every platform, the goal of YouTube, the goal of TikTok, the goal of Instagram, the goal of Twitter, the goal of all these platforms is to keep people on the platform. The longer that people are on the platform, the more money those platforms are making, right? So they are naturally going to push content that people are watching. That people are watching, 75 to 100% of that video. That people are engaging highly with, that generates a lot of conversation. Anything that's keeping somebody engaged with that video, the platforms are going to push those videos. Now, there are things like shadow ban that does exist. It doesn't exist. It doesn't happen as often as people think it does. Matter of fact, I would be willing to bet that probably less than 1% of the time, a shadow ban actually has an effect on somebody. Those things do exist for certain reasons, but again, for the most part, if your content is watchable, if people are watching it, if they're engaging with it, algorithms are going to push that content so it will get watched more. So we'll come back to that. Let that soak in for a second. Think about that. We're going to talk a little bit more about it. I say that to everyone that doesn't want to monetize. I would, and donate to charity if you didn't want it. The way at least the AdSense AdSense goes to a good cause. Yeah. Yep, absolutely. I'm live here every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern and every Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern. So glad to have you here. I know you were talking about, I think it was you anyway, talking about wanting to get into YouTube. I think you have a lot to offer with the stuff you talk about. So yeah. It's in their best interest for every creator to be Mr. Beast. Stockholders will be ecstatic. Oh, for sure. Not true. I heard my buddy J. Cruz was hitting a button to hide me every time I dropped a video. It hurt my feelings. I was sad. Yeah, J. Cruz does have that. I guess he has that connection with YouTube. He can, yeah. They can flag and keep an eye on your content if they don't approve of it. Yeah, for sure. And that's what we talk about, shadow bans and stuff like that. But that usually takes something like, things like hate speech or, illegal things that violate terms of service, basically, right? For the most part, I don't think that 90% of people's content is going to be withheld in that way. It's typically going to be because of some terms of service violation and repeated, right? And so we're going to talk about shadow bans in a second for sure. Egghead402, what is up, man? Good to see you. I know you came from TikTok. Thanks so much for being here. And it looks like you were in the Marines, man. Thanks for your service. It seems that certain content gets more shadow banning than others. Yeah, I would concede that for sure. But again, usually it's going to be content that either violates terms of service or, I mean, let's just say that, I mean, we all know the world's political and stuff like that. If what you're talking about on your channel is something that somehow could make the platform look bad, and I think you're talking extreme kind of cases, then they will definitely want to sort of restrict that. You know, if they decide that you haven't broken necessarily many rules, maybe they'll shadow ban, but you know, for the most part, it's going to only happen in very, very extreme cases. I don't want to be that popular. I want to be evergreen and not viral. Roy, I love that statement. I've said so many times, going viral can be dangerous for your account. I think this more applies to TikTok, but it can apply to even YouTube, right? If you're not staying within your niche, if you go viral for something that's outside your niche, then that can be bad for your channel, right? So let's say that I do a video. Let's say that tomorrow I make a video on, let's say that I make a video on my thoughts on the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial, right? Has nothing to do with my platform. But obviously right now that's being heavily searched. People are watching this stuff. And odds are if I make that video, there's probably gonna be a whole bunch of people that hit that subscribe button, right? So let's say that I get up to, I don't know, let's say I get up to 3,000 subscribers because of that video, right? Right now I'm almost at 1,000. That means I have 2,000 people that subscribe to my channel that don't care about, you know, how this microphone works. They don't care about the Rodecaster Pro. They don't care about how to upload a video to YouTube. They subscribe because I talked about that trial. Are they going to watch the rest of my content? Probably not. You know, maybe I'll find a few in there that they were wanting to be content creators, so they got lucky and stumbled across my channel because I made that. But for the most part, those 2,000 people are not going to care about content creation. So it's bad for my channel at that point. This is awesome. I'll mark my calendar to be here. I have Twitch experience, but not YouTube. I'm the other way around. I had an interview a couple of weeks ago with a Twitch streamer, and I was actually on his stream on Twitch, and I was watching the chat like, I don't know what's going on here. Twitch is cool, but I don't know how it works. So yeah. Been getting Christmas stuff popping up on my FYP lately. Tempted to make some of the recipes and post mine, like hot chocolate monkey bread. That sounds amazing. You know what I've been getting a lot of lately, and this is mostly ads on Instagram, but moving companies. I've literally have not posted anything in writing that we're planning a move. We've talked about it, right? We all know how this works, but we've only talked about it. I've literally spoken, and my phone's right here next to me right now. I'm literally saying we're planning a move next year. We've been talking about it, especially in the last couple of weeks, because we're starting to gear up for those plans. And all of a sudden, I've got moving truck ads all over. It's funny. Hey, what's up, Joel? Good to see you. Welcome in. Hey, Shay, great to see you. Absolutely, empty subs, empty numbers. Yes, yep. Twitch changes all the time. I know they're really changing their monetization stuff right now. I wouldn't know how to react if I went viral. I have 222 subs in a video that hit 3K and another 2.2K. That's viral to me, and I was super excited. I'm glad you said that, Billy, because a lot of people will ask me, how do you know if a video goes viral? Like, what does it mean to go viral? And sure, industry standard. I mean, I think on TikTok, I think they consider it viral if you get like 100,000 views in a certain amount of time, 24 hours. I don't know exactly what it is. But for me, this is my opinion. If I'm used to getting, say I'm used to getting 1,000 views on every video that I upload, and all of a sudden I have a video that does 10,000, for me, I'm like, hey, that video went viral. Cool. I like it. But, yeah, for me, I think it's relative to what you're used to. Even interviews, I've had guests that garnered hundreds of subs. They came back for that guest. They came for that guest, very small percentage come back for sure. And that's why I'm very careful about who I interview. I never want to get into and I don't think like this. I never ask somebody to come onto my live stream because I think that they can bring me an audience. And I'm careful about that because I don't want this to happen. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, everything listens, man. Everything listens. Hey, Lisa, great to see you. Yep, for sure. So what we were talking about was the platforms do not hate you. Algorithms are just computer code, right? Here's the truth of it. Here's the truth of it. As content creators, and I've seen a lot of content creators, again, that have this perspective that, okay, I'm creating content. I put a video out now. People should watch it. Like, I'm entitled to people watching my videos because I put it out there. And that's simply not the case. If we're not making content that serves an audience, if it doesn't solve their pain points, if it doesn't educate them, if it doesn't entertain them, if they don't find value in it, if they don't relate to it, they're not going to watch it, right? And that's on me as the creator to make sure that the content that I'm making, that I'm putting out there, does serve those purposes. If it does not, that's on me as the creator to figure that out and fix it. I'm not entitled to any audience. I'm not entitled to any of you 36 people that are here watching. Absolutely appreciate every single one of you that are here watching, but I'm not entitled to having you here, right? What I'm entitled to is making content that serves you. That is the only thing that I'm entitled to. And it's on me, and entitled is not even really the right word there, but I'm just trying to shift that perspective to the fact that it's my job to create content that makes you want to show up, that makes you want to click view on the video that I post this week, that makes you want to watch the TikTok. That is 100% on me as the creator. So we have to get to that perspective that if I have a video that's not doing well, it's because the video was not serving what people needed. They didn't find it interesting, whatever. For whatever reason, they didn't like the video. That is not on them. It's not on the algorithm. It's on me, right? So again, the algorithm is just computer code. It is not, the algorithm doesn't hate you. Again, there are cases where the algorithm may be affected by maybe your account was flagged because you broke some terms of service, or you're talking content that is not, that the platform doesn't agree with, whatever, but talking extreme cases. 99% of the time, if your content is not doing well, then what you need to do is figure out why and tweak that and fix that. And it's not the algorithm. So. Hey, Mark Cyrus, great to see you. Literally just reached 1K on TikTok and can't figure out why I can't go live. Is there a waiting period? Typically, first of all, congratulations. That's amazing. So happy for you, man. The waiting period, it's not so much a waiting period, but it's a period of waiting for the feature to take effect, if you will. And we're talking something small. I want to say it's like 24 hours, if that. If you just hit it today, I'd be willing to bet that you'll see the live feature show up tomorrow, or no later than like the next day, than Wednesday. So it's usually just waiting on that feature to show up, but congrats, man. Congrats. Ugh, we're talking about oatmeal raisin cookies.
Bruh.
Ugh, but you can make them. Maybe I'll like yours. I don't know. I do think that you can speak on current events if you can put it through the lens of your usual content. Yeah, for sure. If you can keep it somehow within niche that you're part of, then absolutely. That's really prevalent on TikTok, right? You can take trends on TikTok that may not have anything to do with, in my case, with content creation, but if you can tweak that trend to make it work with text on the screen or whatever, so that the video still covers something that is valuable for content creation, then absolutely, yeah. Watch it, man. Watch it. I'm going to at least try them. So here's the deal, right? I'm not a fan. I don't like oatmeal raisin cookies. Mel has never made them since we've been married because she knows I don't like them, but she makes amazing cookies. So I'd probably like hers. I just have never liked oatmeal raisin cookies. Yep, thanks. This is not usually what you find here, but sometimes I think, the truth just needs to be said. And so this is kind of what was put on my heart to talk about this week. So I appreciate it. I have making TikToks, but I just post about what I'm into, mainly motorcycles, cooking, and home repairs. Should I just stick to one or just be consistent? So, Joel, what are your goals, first of all? What are your goals for your platform? Is this something you're doing to have fun? Do you want to build an audience for, possible, working with brands down the road? Whatever, there's a whole list of things. What are your goals for your channel? If your goals are to to get to that point where maybe you're making some money at some point, wanting to work with brands, things like that. Here's the thing with niches, right? If your goals are to have fun, just make content, then that's completely okay if you don't niche down. Just understand that it's a slower growing process to hit those numbers than it is if you were to niche down, right? Roberto Blake put it perfectly last night. I can't even take this. This is all him. But Roberto Blake said on his stream last night, he said, think about it through the lens of an athlete, right? If you want to be an athlete, are you going to focus on one sport? Or are you going to focus on football, basketball, baseball, lacrosse? Are you going to focus on 4 different sports and then hope to become stellar in one of those? Or are you only going to focus on that sport, right? If you want to be, whatever you want to be, let's say you want to be a racer, right? A race car driver. Are you going to focus on NASCAR? And I don't know all the terms, so forgive me, but are you going to focus on NASCAR? Are you going to focus on Indy cars? Are you going to focus on F1? Are you going to do all of that? Or are you going to focus on the one industry that you want to excel at, right? So that's really just kind of putting it through that lens of, the greatest athletes in the world, they focus on one sport, right? So for me, I think for content creation, it's the same. I think Roberto Blake nailed it with that analogy. And that's not something, I didn't think about it that way until last night, but that really, for me, puts it in a perspective of what it means to niche down. Let's see. Let me go back up here. Yeah, exactly, Russ. That's like saying I have a bank account, so now I wait for others to fill it. For sure, I've got to work to fill that bank account up. So just putting it in this arena, I have to work on content that people want to watch, and then they will watch. If they're not watching, it's all on me to figure out why. So yeah, for sure. Hey, Carrie, the hardest part of making content as a beard company is how hard it is to want to jump on every trend but still keep it beard related. You've done it. I know you've recently started getting active, and you're doing a good job at that. You've kept it on niche for sure. Talking about oatmeal raisin cookies. Apparently, I'm gonna have oatmeal raisin cookies soon. All right, let me scroll. I'm glad I tuned in today. First time, I'm very excited. Hey, I appreciate you, man. Yeah, absolutely. What's up, Vato? Did I miss you earlier? Man, so good to see you. 7 likes missing. Hey, it's my job to make them hit that like button, right? So if you do like it, hit the like button. If not, it's my job to make you do it. To make you want to do it, not to make you do it. Yeah, so Mel says, for those of you that don't know me, I'm not only Ken's wife, but I'm known as Cookie Queen in this community, the beard community. We love cookies here. Yeah, she does a lot of cookies and giveaways. I've already heard that for whenever it happens, I'll hit 1,000 pretty soon, and we'll do something. We'll do something live. But I've heard that she is going to do some cookie giveaways. So we'll see. We'll see. I'll niche you. Ben, you're niching yourself, man. Another example here of somebody that found his passion, just like me, right? Ben went from doing beard stuff also to doing carts. And Ben, when did you start your cart channel? I want to say it was around the same time that I made the transition to creator coaching, maybe a little after. I don't think it was before, but I could be wrong. And he's killing it, man. He's passionate about racing carts and teaching people all the stuff that I don't know about racing carts. And it just comes out in the content. It's to have fun and maybe funnel some to an online store, but that analogy makes sense to me as well. Yeah, for sure. So if you have business goals at all, I would definitely niche as much as possible. And it kind of goes back to the first tip, right? Create your passion. You may not know what that is up front. In your case, create your passion. You're doing a couple different things right now. 2 questions I would ask you. What is your audience responding to? And for your online store, is any of the content specifically related to what your online store is? And maybe that'll help you. Jack of all trades or master of none. Jack of all trades, master of none. Yep. That's why NASCAR focuses on left turns. Right turns would be terrible to remember as well. Hey, if I did that, it would definitely be NASCAR. I just have to remember to turn once, right? Yep, absolutely. What's up, Walter? What's up, man? Good to see you. I emailed YouTube and asked if I can get all my CMU likes back and pass them on to this channel. I'll take them. I'll take them, Vado. Send them this way, man. Oh yeah, Ben is definitely a rock star. Like literally, Ben's a rock star on Spotify. Yes. Another drink. Hey, every time I talk about a topic, yeah, niche. What was it on Friday? I forget. Was it Friday you said that? Tonight is value. I guess right now it's niche. All right, so that is the algorithm, right? I think that was, yeah, that was number 3. All right, so let's go to number 4. Are you shadow banned or just not creating watchable content? We kind of talked about this a little bit already, but are you shadow banned or just not creating watchable content? Right? I see a lot of people, and this is kind of a continuation of what we were just talking about. I see a lot of people that when their content doesn't do well, they blame it on being shadow banned. Now, there's very easy ways on TikTok to tell if you're shadow banned or not, and that's simply going to look at your analytics for each video. If you have no percentage of views coming from the FYP, then you might be shadow banned. You probably are shadow banned at that point. If you're not hitting the FYP at all, then odds are you're shadow banned. Now, shadow bans don't last forever. And again, shadow bans are a minute, tiny percentage of the time that actually people think they are shadow banned. Most of the time it's going to be because your content is not watchable. Kind of what we were talking about a minute ago, right? Your content's not bringing value. It's not interesting. You know, people that come across it, they're not watching it. There is a huge problem on TikTok, and I'm going to talk TikTok specific for a second. I think on TikTok, the reason why a lot of people don't get the views they think they should get based on their follower counts, and they end up thinking they're shadow banned, is because on TikTok, a lot of people do something called follow for follow. If you follow me on TikTok, you already know my thoughts on follow for follow. Most of you know my thoughts on YouTube on buying subscribers, buying engagement. It happens for every platform. Those services exist. It's possible. On TikTok, there's all kinds of, you come across the videos for follow trains, you know, hey, like this video, comment, and then I'll come and comment on 3 of yours. I'll follow everybody that's following. Guys, stay away from those. Stay away from those follow trains. They literally kill your account, because here's how TikTok works, right? When you put a video out, the very first level that it goes to your followers only. If your followers watch that video and respond to it, then it goes to the FYP. And then, you know, there's different tiers. The more people that are watching it, the better that video will do. If your followers are not watching, then that video is going to go nowhere. And here's the problem with follow for follow. So let's say you come across one follow for follow post and you took part in the follow for follow. And let's say that you got, you know, I don't know, 1,000 followers out of that, right? Odds are those 1,000 followers are never going to actually watch your content. And if you have a list of followers that are never watching your content, your views are going to stay low. There's nothing you can do about that. It's just not. And honestly, if that's something you have done, the best thing you can do is to get rid of those followers, take them off, remove them. So then that way it goes to followers that you've kept that maybe they actually watch your content, and then your content starts getting views. So that's really bad on TikTok. YouTube's the same. If you buy subscribers, then you're really buying bots. Like, those subscribers are never going to actually watch your content. Most of them are fake accounts ran by, you know, a company of 2 guys that set up the service online. So it's just never going to work for you. All right. Who do I report you to for using that hateful word niche? Go see Ken, the content coach, and he will tell you why niche is a good word. He'll tell you why. Hey, Contagion Effect, what's up? But oftentimes better than a master of one. Yeah, so talking about, you know, jack of all trades, but oftentimes better than a master of one. Yeah, I mean, it's not so much in content creation, I don't think. I mean, niching is always going to be the way to grow your account. You will always grow quicker and have an actual community of people that support your content if you do niche down and focus on one, you know, subject. But I know what you're saying though. I try to always play well with others, even though I didn't go to kindergarten. There you go. Ken, nice way of saying crappy videos. Dude, we all have crappy videos. I've got crappy videos. We all do. I'm experiencing a little content creation burnout, and it shows my content views are slowing down. Lisa, if you can pinpoint why, like if you need to take a break, if it's truly burnout, if you need to take like a mental health break and step away and maybe refocus. Obviously I don't know exactly what, but burnout is real. It's always good to take a break, step away. I know we talk about consistency and you need to post consistently. If you're on TikTok, you need to post, a few times a day or at least once a day. If you're on YouTube, once a week, once every 2 weeks, whatever consistency looks like for you. But sometimes we have to step away from that consistency in order to take a mental health break so burnout doesn't happen. But yeah. Started downsizing who I follow on TikTok. I was surprised the ones that were following me back, so I started unfollowing to go back to normal levels. YouTube sub for sub dilutes your niche. If they don't do your type of content, you confuse YouTube. Yes. Hey, Rayleigh Creative Travel, good to see you. YouTube will help remove those if they are bots. Yes, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, those accounts do eventually get found out and get removed. And if you're not careful, I don't know of a specific case where this has happened to somebody, but I know that YouTube can take your channel down if they feel that that's what you've done to grow your numbers, right? Bad on Twitch too. Yeah, it's bad on every single platform. Sticking to consistent topic is best for sure. Hey, what's up, Tyson? All right, so that was, are you shadow banned or just not creating watchable content? As Aaron says, that was my nice way of saying crappy content. We all have it, man. We all have it. But odds are, may have to shift and see what you're doing in your content that could be getting more views. If you shift your thinking, it's probably not shadow banned. It could be. There's ways to tell. Most of the time, that's going to happen for terms of service violations, something really egregious. Odds are, if views are down, it's content. And again, it's something we have to look at as creators and figure out what we can do to make that content watchable. So, and if I can help with that, I mean, that's sort of where I come in as a coach. If I can help you sort of figure that out and come out with some strategy to maybe shift focus or even help, just talk about shifting that focus to, to something, that's where I can come in and help. So, yeah. All right. Last, P.S. Ken and I are racing a 1K friendly race, but challenges are fun. Yeah, for sure. For sure, man. You're probably going to beat me there if I had to guess. You have built, I see a lot of the people that comment on your videos. I mean, I didn't realize how big kart racing was. Like, we have racing around here, but it's not kart racing, at least as far as I know. I never realized how big of a thing it was. So if your content was bad and now it's good, that's growth. Absolutely. And that growth doesn't have to be huge. One simple thing in every video stacks up to between video 0 and 101 is huge. So, all right, last thing, and finally a little encouragement. I feel like this was the first 4 were sort of a beat up session, and that's never my intent. My intent is simply to bring truth so that we can just kind of shift our perspective and at the end of the day become better content creators. So let's end with some encouragement, right? Let's end with some encouragement. Isaac graduates on Wednesday. They grow up too fast, man. I just need a better camera than my phone. I feel like it looks crappy. Our phone recorded video is okay for YouTube. Oh, for sure. So what kind of phone? Do you mind also, I don't know your actual first name. If you don't care to share your first name just so we can address you the right way. Hey, Ben, take it easy, man. Y'all be safe. Let me know your first name if you don't mind. But so what kind of phone do you have, right? Most of the time, phone cameras, I mean, number one, especially the most current ones, are great cameras. I started on YouTube back in 2020, and I always use the word 100 just because I don't know exactly what the number is, but basically, like, my first 100 videos were filmed with an iPhone. So your phone can do a great job, and yes, they're definitely okay for YouTube. Lighting always makes a huge difference. So what kind of lighting are you using? An LG V60 phone. I'm not familiar with that phone exactly. But if you have, if If you can film in 1080, which I'm guessing you should be able to, if you've gotten a phone, if that phone is less than 5, 6, 7 years old, you should be able to. But lighting should make a huge difference for you if you think it's not good. Sorry about that, I had to take a drink. So what kind of lighting are you using? Do you have with it? Yeah, if you can increase quality on phone and settings, yeah, it could be that too. It's odd. I go to the store and seek out drinks to review. Found a few this morning. Hey, what's up, Ray? Good to see you, man. Smelly Turtles here. Great to see you, man. Ari graduates. Is it Ari or Ari? Did I say that right? Graduates this Saturday. Fingers crossed. Oh, I didn't know. You guys doing okay? I hope you get better. Just a ring light and overhead light. So, you should be, I don't know, are you using those for TikTok? I'll go back and look at some of your videos. If you position that light the right way, and then if you can somehow make your lighting match. So, like I've got a couple of softbox lights, and typically you can adjust the warmth of those lights. If you can make the light sort of the same as your overhead light, and then actually position yourself so that you're not directly under the overhead light, like if you can back away from it a little bit so the light is kind of shining on you from an angle. Little things like that, like positioning, you can really make a difference. Yeah, lighting's a magic for any camera for sure. What is your thoughts on posting at a particular time on TikTok? Does it matter? Not really. I've done a few TikToks on posting times. You can go into analytics and you can see sort of like when your audience is most active. The difference that it makes is very, very, very small. TikTok especially. I mean, even YouTube also. There's ways to look at analytics and figure out your audience and when they're on. Like TubeBuddy will tell you for YouTube for sure. Even YouTube analytics will tell you like your optimum posting times. But even YouTube tells you with that does not guarantee the long-term success of a video. TikTok's the same way. I mean, these platforms are, worldwide 24/7 platforms. There's always somebody on the app. TikTok, there's like 1.1 billion users, and that's an old number. It's probably more than that now. So it doesn't really matter. What matters most is hashtag strategy, staying within niche, posting consistently a couple times a day, things like that. Posting times themselves don't have that much of an effect. So that's, yeah. I'm going to check lighting and background looks plain. Yeah, check your lighting. Maybe you can turn the lighting up a little bit. Again, shifting yourself so the lighting hits you at a certain angle. Just kind of play around with those angles and you'll probably be able to figure it out. Lily Anika, good to see you. I hope I said that right. Great to see you. Thank you for being here. A lot of new, hey, do me a favor in the chat. If this is your first night here, do me a favor and just drop the word, drop hashtag new in the comments just so we know. Absolutely appreciate all the new people here tonight. Yep. Congrats to all the families with graduates. For sure. It's that time. My son's going to be a senior. He's going to be a senior next school year. It's crazy. I wonder what percentage of creators think their content is better than it actually is. I mean, Tommy, I'm probably one of those, right? I think we all have a little bit of like, man, I thought this video was better than the views it's getting. I would bet that's a huge percentage though. Huge percentage. I think, I mean, if you even look at statistics of like how many YouTube channels are actually monetized, right? I don't know how many channels there are. I feel like I've read the statistic at some point, but I think it's like less than 10% of actual YouTube channels are monetized. And there's a lot of reasons for that. Some people aren't really looking for that. Some people, their goals aren't that. Some people's the content is not good. They're trying to figure it out. Some people quit. They're stale channels, all kinds of reasons. But I bet that's a pretty high percentage if I had to guess. Let's see. Yeah, phone is so much better than seeing. Oh, for sure. Most webcams, most phones are much better than webcams, for sure. Also, apps like Filmic allows you to dial in settings on videos. Yeah, there's that. There's one called Camo, which I don't know if Sammy's still here. I know Sammy knows camo really well. There's even, so like Epoch Cam, I use Epoch Cam sometimes to connect my phone as a webcam if I want like, you know, overhead cam or something. Epoch Cam will let you change some settings also. The overhead light's on a different spectrum than the ring light. I find for me that I'm better off, let's see, so my ring, I've got the Elgato key lights, and I've got the color temperature set 4800, and I just adjusted that by mistake. 4800 on the key light, so 4800K. That's sort of a wider light. I always find for me, I think the videos look better with that sort of light. And that's going to be the white light as opposed to like the yellow. I always think that for me, for my environment, for my cameras, that seems to look better. Absolutely, man. Appreciate you. Kombucha's old. Well, you're not old, but you've been here before. I hope you're doing well. It's so good to see you around again. So Sandra's new. Awesome. Nate's new, but should have been here sooner. All good, man. I appreciate you being here tonight. Oh, Lily. Okay, Lily plays harp. So cool. So we talked about your lighting earlier. So welcome. Glad to have you. Beautiful setup and lighting. Thank you so much. Thank you. Don't be scared to try something different. My 3-in-1 videos didn't take off on YouTube. Thinking about trying them on TikTok. Yeah, always be willing to try new things for sure. New to YouTube, Joel. Thanks for being here. Yeah, where's everybody from? If you'd like to share. Ken, are you posting on YouTube Shorts as well? No, I don't do YouTube Shorts. And the reason I don't do YouTube Shorts is because, now I love doing short form content. I do it on TikTok and Instagram. I don't do it on YouTube though because, and this is not advice. This is not advice. This is just the way that I've handled shorts on YouTube for myself. So YouTube already kind of segments audience between like live streams and uploaded video. And so I don't want to get into shorts and segment even more. Like if I get a bunch of subscribers off of shorts, but they're not really into long form content, then I don't want to build subscriber numbers that aren't going to come watch long form content. So that's the way that I've kind of treated YouTube shorts. I just don't do them. But that's just me. That's strictly a personal decision. That's not advice for anybody because I know people that have done shorts and they do really well still with them. So yeah, might as well try for sure. I'm going to try 4800. I've always used 55. Yeah, I think 55 would make it, let's see, let's play with it. Yeah, that makes it brighter. So it's not that much of a difference. I don't know if you even saw much of a change there. Not much at all. So yeah, that's probably good too. But yeah, see what it looks like with your camera. So we got Georgia, we got Texas, Dallas, Fort Worth, we got Portland, Oregon, New York. That's for Mark, Western New York, Florida, Wisconsin. Yes, that's what I'll be saying next year. On IG, 89% of my audience are men and the majority are 35 to 44. Speaking of shorts, it was hot this weekend. There's Gary with the witty. Here you go, Gary.
You don't know my life.
Gary always has the comments, man. I like it. Miami, Florida, Finger Lakes region, Nebraska with a start in Madison, Wisconsin. There you go. I love Madison. Have you ever been to the Great Dane downtown? It's like my favorite restaurant there. Michigan. Yep, we're moving to Wisconsin. Dallas. All right. So let's get back to a little bit of encouragement, right? Let's end this on a good note. We're not ending. We still have our Would You Rather. But for this chat, let's end this on a good note, right? So I will say this, as long as I'm creating content as a coach, which I have no plans of ever stopping. So for the next 40 years or until I'm no longer here on this planet, I will stand by the fact that I believe that everybody has a reason to create content. If you want to be a content creator, create content. If you don't want to be a content creator, that's fine also. You are very much appreciated here. If you're not creating content, content consumers are important also. But if you want to create content, create content. Don't get hung up on tech. You know, you can start with a phone, some lighting. We're in the chat talking about, ring lights and overhead lights. Completely works fine. I've seen people film videos in their cars. During the day, the sunlight is very good natural lighting. you can figure out how to create content if you want to create content. I think that everybody has something in them to make them a content creator. That can be a story. You've been through something. You've been through something in your life that you can share with others. You see a lot of sobriety recovery. You see a lot of veterans talking about their issues that they've had and how they've overcome things. You see, I mean, I could go on and on and on with the reasons people have to create content. There are content creator coaches that their audience relates to them better than they would relate to me, as there's people that relate to me better than they would relate to some other people. So even though there's a bunch of content creator coaches, there's people that relate to me, right? If you're going to talk about something you've been through, there are people that are going to relate to you more than they may relate to somebody else, right? YouTube is not saturated. TikTok is not saturated. There are plenty of spots for content creators. Whatever it is you're going to talk about, somebody is going to appreciate your perspective. Your perspective is not out here yet if you're not creating. So if you think it's saturated, it's not saturated, and your perspective is not out here. Somebody needs it. Somebody can relate to you. Somebody is waiting for you to help them. Your story, what you have, can help them. So if you want to be a content creator, be a content creator. Focus on what you're passionate about. Create because you love creating. Make your purpose and your goal to help somebody, to bring value to their life, to solve their pain points, to solve their problems, to make them laugh. Whatever it is your content does, make that person, those people, your primary purpose for doing this, right? Other things will come with that. Other things, down the line, there will be opportunities to make money doing this. There will be, opportunities for all kinds of things, but you have to serve an audience's purpose first. You have to serve them and bring them value first. I think that everybody has a reason to create content. There's not a single person in this chat that could not be a content creator. You just have to want to do it, find your passion, have the right reasons to do it. Understand that your first videos are going to be terrible and be okay with that. Understand that your first couple of live streams, maybe your first 10, maybe your first 15 live streams, you're going to have nobody there, maybe one person. Use those opportunities to practice and get better. And even if you have that one person, treat that one person like you have 1,000. That one person showed up for you. So tell your story, be a creator for them because they need you. It all works out. Everybody's got a reason, and I want to help people create. If that's what you want to do, that's what I want to help you do. And that's my encouragement. All the other stuff we've talked about tonight is kind of an effort to help, people realize what it takes to get there. But to get there, you have to start. And anybody that wants to create content, I want you to start. And I want to help you do that if you can. Gonna make me get on TikTok so I can check out his videos. You know what? I love TikTok. I love short form. I love long form. TikTok. And yeah, I guess some of my personality does come out in that, like Mel says. If your content is good enough, you could be filming in the dark and people will still tune in. Yeah, for sure. Make sure your audio is on point. But yeah. So, if anybody has any questions and you want to throw them out there, we'll go into kind of a Q&A. I think we've covered a lot tonight. If anybody has questions or comments or anything like that, we'll definitely cover those. We're going to go into our Would You Rather. We're going to end with some fun. I was a techno before Ken. Now I'm a techno noob. There you go. There you go. All right, so we're going to get into our Would You Rather. So for those of you that have never been here before, we end every show this way with a Would You Rather segment. So what I'm going to do is put some questions up on the screen. These are, for the most part, nothing to do with content creation. You're going to have two options. Pick one of the options and explain why, but you have to pick one. You can't pick both. You can't pick something else. You got to pick one of the options. When you see these questions, you'll understand why I say that. Some of the questions are like, both options are terrible, but if I have to pick one, which one am I picking? So, Would You Rather? Let's go ahead and start as soon as my phone decides to work. All right then. Live happens live, right? Let's fix it. Well, let's try again. Well, maybe we're not doing Would You Rather tonight. I don't know why it's not working. Stop using dial-up. No, I checked the internet before I started. We should be good. For whatever reason, this just doesn't want to work. Hey, it's not awkward. I mean, things happen. Live happens live, man. Tech happens. But this should be connecting right up, and it's not going to. I don't know. So we'll do it a different way. All right, I'll just read the question to you. So let's go back over here. I'll just read them to you. How about that? All right, so the first question is, yeah, right, at least the sheriff didn't come knocking. Yeah, this is easy. What's up, E-Rock? Great to see you, man. Awkward, not at all. Yeah, I'm just going to read them, man. I don't know why they wouldn't come up. It was up just fine when I was going through my checks before I went live. I don't know. The Neewer softbox light on your equipment pages. Oh, thanks for letting me know. That's been around for a long time. I'm surprised. Yell for Joe's help. Yeah, Joe always yells for me, right? Hey, Joe, where you at? All right, so the first Would You Rather question. Would you rather eat coffee-flavored everything or put jelly beans on everything you eat for a year? Would you rather eat coffee-flavored everything or put jelly beans on everything you eat for a year? Which one are you going with? I'm going coffee-flavored everything. That's just me, though. I don't like jelly beans that much. Would happily use your link. I'll have to find a comparable softbox. So those are the softbox lights that I have, and I've had them forever. Thanks for letting me know. I'm going to check that out. Obviously, coffee flavored everything. Ask a hard question next time. I hear you. I'm with you. That's not really a hard question. Coffee flavored. Mark says jelly beans. Nate says jelly beans. I knew Mel would say this, jelly beans. She doesn't like coffee. Jelly beans on everything. Oh, you don't like coffee either? Coffee, everything. There you go. Coffee, jelly beans, coffee flavored everything. Not a big fan of jelly beans. Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. Can we take the jelly beans off? No, it says put jelly beans on everything you eat for a year. I mean, I think that means you have to eat them. Coffee, jelly bean. Last warning on coffee. Yeah, it's funny, man. She likes the way it smells, but she doesn't like to drink it. Call me Tum Tum. Coffee flavored everything unless I could use jelly beans and match flavors. Yeah, maybe. Jelly Belly. Yep, so I think that one was easy for the most part. Let's see what's next. I'm doing this with Pod Decks, even though you can't see it on the screen. Let's try it one more time. Still doesn't work. So anyway, let's go to the next question. Would you rather lose your sense of smell or your sense of taste? Would you rather lose your sense of smell or your sense of taste? Mel would rather have tea. Sam says than coffee it is. You know what? I'm kind of the same way. I drink a Monster every morning. I really need to stop because it's expensive, but I buy them on Amazon. They're cheaper, $40 for a case. But so would you rather lose your sense of smell or your sense of taste? So we got smell. Evil question. Yeah, smell. Oh, Lily, you beat me to it. So my answer, yeah, and Nate, you also, right? So Lily says, if you lose smell, don't you also lose taste? Is this a trick question? So I believe it is a trick question because absolutely, if I lose my smell, then I also lose taste. I mean, your taste is dependent on your nose, right? So I'm going to give up my sense of taste because then I can at least smell what I'm eating, right? I don't think it works the other way around. I think you can still smell even if you can't taste it, but you have to be able to smell it to taste it, right? So, yeah. And Nate, he got it also. Aren't they dependent on each other? Yeah, they are. At least the one way, the taste is dependent on the smell. I don't think it works the other way around, but I could be wrong. Taste, smell, taste. That's so wrong being what we just went through the last couple of years. You know what? We are so fortunate here that none of us have had to deal with it. So, but I've heard that's an issue. Yeah. Smell. I live with 3 small kids. Very good point. You're probably right though. I think it makes most sense that way. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So, oh, that one's gross. I'm not going to ask that one. All right. Would you rather use your car's air conditioning or drive with the windows down? So are you an air conditioner person, or are you a windows down, let the air blow through your beard kind of person? Or your hair if you don't have a beard? Which one are you? Car air conditioner or windows down? I had it but didn't lose either since. Yeah, I've heard some people have not. Yeah. Air conditioning, AC all day if it's hot. Yeah, I know Mel. I knew she was going to say that one too. Windows down. So it's funny, right? We got the pool open. This is the first time that I've ever opened the pool in a hoodie because it's still in like the lower 60s here. Wow, my camera lost focus. But yeah, it's crazy here. The weather here is crazy. So we actually have the air on right now because it does get hot in here with the lights. But once we're done, we're gonna open the windows back up. So AC, Great Point Lily lives in Texas. Air conditioner. Yeah, you guys have already had like 100 degrees this year. We haven't hit that yet. Windows down. 105 out here. AC is a must. Yeah, windows down. Lisa says. Windows down as long as I'm going over 55. See, E-Rock, I'm the opposite. If I'm going that speed, like if I'm on the interstate, I can't stand having the windows down because of the noise. The air noise bugs me. Windows down. I don't know what that says. Windows down. Oh, 50 to 60 guy truck. You may have to explain that one. Are you talking about, is that a military thing? Windows down depending on the weather. Windows down, AC. We're pretty split on this one. Stick my head out the window, Ace Ventura style. There you go. AC is too expensive right now. That's a fair point. Try driving windows down on triple digits. There you go. I don't mind windows down if I'm not on the highway. See, Sam, I'm the same way. Too much noise. Yeah, too noisy. Would I rather be a cat or a dog owner? I've been both. We had a dog. She was 16 years old. We had to put her down a couple of years ago. I had her since she was a puppy. And now we've got a cat. Like, this cat sort of adopted me. It was funny. I was helping somebody with some computer stuff at their shop, and this cat just came out of nowhere and jumped in my lap. And yeah, we have the cat now. We've had the cat for a couple of years, and he's awesome. Now he's a Siberian cat, which is cool because they're hypoallergenic, and Mel and LJ are both allergic to cats. So we can have him because they don't have the protein or the enzyme that people react to that are allergic. So yeah. Yeah, the noise too. If more than one window if there's not more than one window down, yeah, especially the back window, right? It's like a helicopter. 5 windows down is 60 miles per hour. Gotcha. Yeah, that noise bugs me to death. All right, you guys. Well, I appreciate you guys hanging out tonight. Hopefully there's something from this chat that does help some of you. Again, if you have any questions directly about your platform or whatever, send me a message. I do offer one-on-one coaching. I don't care to answer questions, either without that. But if I can help you guys, I would love to, expand on some of that if I need to. But that's what I got for you tonight. So hopefully that does help. So, hey, Friday, we will be back here Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. Just stream with me. For those of you that are new, Just Stream With Me is a chance for new live streamers to go live. If you've never gone live before or have very limited experience doing it, this is a great chance for you to go live on this platform with me. I'll answer your questions. We'll talk about your channel and help you get started as a live streamer if you want to go live. Those are every Friday night at 9 p.m. We also do channel reviews and content creation Q&A. And sometimes they just turn into conversations about Star Wars and Harry Potter. That's what Friday was. So there's that. The Just Hit Record community, justhitrecordofficial.com. That is a private community hosted on Mighty Networks. A lot of cool people in there. Some of you are in here in the chat now. It's just a great community for content creation questions. You can answer them. You can ask them. It's basically just one big community of support. We can all help each other become better content creators. There's a lot of great discussion there sometimes, so definitely join that if you want to. I do have one-on-one coaching that is available also. That calendar is located on my website. And my website, kenthecontentcoach.com. Email ken@kenthecontentcoach.com. You can reach me by email or on social media. Sort of the best two places to reach me are email and Instagram. TikTok messaging is terrible. I don't like the way that works. I usually miss messages. So Instagram and email are the best ways to reach me. Those links are in the description of this video and every other video. So if you need me, definitely reach out. I appreciate all of you hanging out tonight. Once again, hopefully you've picked something up from this tonight. I just felt led to kind of have this chat tonight. Next Monday will be a little more positive. So yeah, appreciate you for hanging out. Mark, thank you, man. E-Rock, appreciate you. Live long and prosperous, Star Wars. Something like that, right? Right. Yep. Thank you all so much for being here. Nicholas Z says windows rolled down in the AM. Yeah. Once the temperature goes up, I don't like the windows being down. So, all right, you guys. Well, hey, listen, have a great week. As always, go be a positive life for somebody this week. There's enough negativity, enough hate, all that stuff. Go be a positive life for somebody. Make somebody's week better. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Thanks so much for being here tonight. We'll see you guys Friday. Just hit record. Have a good one, y'all.